My name is Phobus. I'm in the dungeon right now, and they gave me some computer time. I only have about 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep this brief, but I decided that in that time I would record a tier list video. This will be on ranking One Piece characters in terms of the importance that they have or potentially will have in the current Elbaph arc. Yesterday, chapter 1150 came out, and I was lucky enough to find a tier list that was completely up to date. So, if you have not read up to that, there will be massive spoilers. Okay, I gotta keep my voice down, so let's just get started, alright? Okay, so as you can see, this is the tier list. It has pretty much every character that was ever in Elbaph. So, we're gonna start from the bottom. The fodder tier consists of a lot of characters that are really just fodder giants that are gonna get taken out by dreams or the holy knights. So, what? They keep locusts in here. All right, next is the kids tier. The kids tier is full of the kids that were taken hostage by Saint Summers and Gunko. Pretty much, they're all pretty important, but honestly, I think they're going to be hostages the entire arc. So I don't really see any of them individually doing anything very important. Next is a tier that I am sad that I have to name, but it is the old news tier. This tier is unfortunately for Lilith, Bonnie, and Kuma, in that order. Unfortunately, I don't think these characters will be doing much. They just pretty much tagged along from Egghead, and I don't really see a purpose for them. Okay, now moving on to the actual tiers, starting with D. At the bottom of D is Waymo and Kashi. Really, I think they're just here because we saw them in Annie's lobby. I think they're one step above fodder. I really don't see that they're going to do that much. To be honest, in 1150, they could have gotten changed into demons, and I honestly might have just not seen it. Next up, surprisingly, Saint Figerland Shamrock. Now, some people are booing at me right now. They're saying, Phobus, Saint Figerland Shamrock, how are you going to put him so low? Well, this isn't a strength ranking, okay? Buddy, calm down. This isn't his arc. Next up, right above Figerland Shamrock, is Rania. Now, Rania, I don't think will do anything else, but her impact in the arc, honestly, she did more than Shamrock, let's be real. All right, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is the least useful straw hat that I think will be in Elbaph? Topping off D tier is First Son of Sea, Jinbei. That's right. For the past 2 arcs, Jinbei has had very, very small roles, and I don't see a role for him in Elbaph. He has gotten he got destroyed by Gunko. He got hit by Brook and incapacitated. Jinbei is not impressing me. In C tier, I am putting the Owl. To To be honest, I don't know why they would introduce him if he's not going to do anything. I can honestly see him having a bigger moment than Jinbei or Mokashi. The new Giant Warrior Pirates, which is Gerd, Stanson, Goldberg, and his shield, who is a homie, I guess, on this list. The new Giant Warrior Pirates, obviously a step above Oimo Kashi, but I still don't really see them doing all too much. I don't think that Stanson, Gerd, or Goldberg will really get shining moments individually, so I'm going to put them all together. All right, time for another straw hat. Next up is Zeus and Nami. Two homies in this tier. Now, I also, I don't see Nami doing too much more than she's already done. She's actually done a fair amount, in my opinion. She navigated a lot. She was in the first part of the arc a lot with Zoro and Luffy when they met Gabon and with Road. The only thing that makes me put her way above Jinbei is that whenever there's kids involved, she usually steps up. Like in Punk Hazard, she made it known that she will never forgive Caesar because of how he treated kids. I would love Nami to deal with the person that locked me in this dungeon when I was just a young lad, but so next up is Frankie. Aside from the Monster Trio and Chopper, Frankie is the only other one that's not actually tied up. So, yeah, I don't know. He's with the Sunny, and he's with Lilith and Bonnie right now. I could see him making one or two clutch saves, but that's really all C tier is. One or two more moments in the arc. I don't see or expect too much from any of the people in here. All right, now on to B tier. This is where it's gonna start to get fun. And it's good because I don't really have that much fun in here, so usually I just sit alone by myself. First up is a surprise in B tier. I honestly think it's Road. Sue me. I don't have any money. If there's any Giant Warrior Pirate besides who that is going to get a moment, it's Road. He literally opened the arc. He trapped the Straw Hats in a Lego world, and he needs to redeem himself somehow. He also has a strong allegiance to Nami because they're both navigators. Next up, another one of my new favorite characters this arc is Ripley. Right above Road. So Ripley's really interesting because I can't really gauge her power level. She is Gabon's wife and Colin's mother. Just with her love for Gabon and for Colin, I think that she could really put in some work. I don't know against who or against what. Maybe she will try to get in touch with Dorian Brogy and maybe try and aid in them coming back to the good side. This is really just all of the nightmares that Killingham took out of the children. This is really just going to be all of the fodder. It's going to be killing all of the fodder, and it's really just a bunch of enemies for people to fight so they can get feats. I put them this high just because I think that they will do stuff. They're a big threat. And to be honest, if they weren't in the arc, there would be a lot less to do. Now, Blackbeard is not even in this arc, but I could see him pulling up, say that every single arc. And actually he did last time, kind of. The reason I put him in B is because in Egghead, I guess this Blackbeard represents him and his whole crew, because in Egghead, Katarina Devon and Van Augur showed up on Egghead, and actually Katarina Devon touched Saint Saturn. So that is a massive power up for Blackbeard, but it didn't really change the arc at all. So I'm putting Blackbeard and his crew in B tier because I think he might show up, and if he does, I don't think it will do that much to impact the arc, but just enough to impact the story as a whole. in A tier, I have another prediction character, and that is Yesop. Now, if Shanks' crew shows up, which I think they might, Yesop will be a huge part in Usopp's development. I don't know how much he'll actually do, but I think that him being there is enough. Next up is Sanji. So, you know, I love Sanji. He's the best, but honestly, I don't really see him doing all that much. He's part of the monster trio, so he will, you know, get a fight, do a lot of cool things, but I don't really see him having too much narrative impact on this arc. Next up, I'm gonna do Together. Next up is Saul and Chopper. I put Saul this high just because even though he's knocked out right now, you know, he is still one of the only survivors, one of the two only survivors of the O'Hara incident. So I think that he will have a part in putting out the fire in the library. Tony Chopper. Now this is a huge surprise because as of like 3 chapters ago, I would have put him in like fucking fodder, but he really is showing some promise right now. He ran after Gabon, jumped off down into the underworld. I really think that he could be crucial in this arc. He's gonna heal Gabon, get him back in the fight, and learn something about how he permanently damages the Holy Knights. It's possible that he even picks up Haki from this. I have really high hopes for Chopper this arc. Okay, next up is Saint Summers. He's really masterminding the whole plan. It's tough because he's kind of been defeated, but he's back now. I don't really know how much more he's gonna do because he's kind of shown that he can get really easily beaten. He got fucking destroyed by Gabon, so that's the reason he's so low. Okay, next I'm gonna do them together as well. It is King Harold and Saint Ja Rule. King Harold will primarily be in a flashback. I figured, you know, still a flashback. It's driving the narrative forward, so it's gonna be very important. It's gonna show a lot about the history of Elbaph and why Loki is who he is, and why Hardin is who he is. So I think that he will be very important to understanding their characters. Same with Ja Rule. He'll probably be in the flashback as well. I mean, actually he will be. He has the sword in his head. In 1150, he was tasked with killing Dorian Broggy. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I honestly don't see him doing too well in the fight considering how old he is. Okay, next is Saint Killingham, the Dragon Man. He's got like the coolest design ever, but to be honest, all he's done is the nightmares. I mean, it's a huge thing already, and I can see him being a good antagonist for the rest of the arc, but I don't really think that we're gonna get much depth from him. Yeah, so he's here. He's above Summers because he hasn't fought as much yet, so I think we need to see more from him. Is Zoro and Colin. Okay, so Zoro's here. To be honest, put him like obviously way higher than Sanji. I don't know, just historically he does a little more. I don't really see, he doesn't have much stake himself in this arc, but also he has already done a lot more than Sanji. I don't know, I think that in the end, Zoro and Sanji are probably gonna do as much in the coming conflict, but just the fact that Zoro has already done more. That was close. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, next up is Colin. I gotta try to speed this up. Next up is Colin. He's Gabon's son. He wants to be a warrior. I can see him doing a lot. He's like the Momonosuke of this arc, or even the Bonnie, to be honest. I can see him doing a good amount. I don't think he'll be doing that much fighting, but you know. Alright. Now, to top the A tier off, I never thought I'd really be saying this, but Nico Robin is top of the A tier. She is fucking killing it this arc. She's above Zoro and Sanji in terms of importance, 100%. She has already had one of the coolest moments of the entire arc with Saint Summers. She is fighting to get out of the Thorns right now. She has so much stake in the library and preserving Ohara's memory, and she already has a grudge against Summers. It's the Thorns versus the Flowers. And finally onto the S tier. Now, I'm going to put Shanks at the bottom of S tier. If he is in it, he will have a bigger significant impact, I think, than probably everyone else that I've already put. But it's not his arc, so I'm keeping him at the bottom of S tier. Next up, doing 2 and 1 again, it is Dory. And if I can find him, Brogy. Dory and Brogy. These two just got turned into demons. To be honest, I don't know what I would have done before this chapter. I mean, this was a crazy chapter for them. That's why I'm happy I'm doing this right now. If it was one chapter earlier, I don't know what I would have done with them. Probably not put them this high, that's for sure. But I'm really excited to see what happens with them. Next up, it's my main man, Usopp. Alright guys, let me tell you a story. I've been waiting for years for Usopp to fucking finally do something after Dressrosa. And I've been waiting even longer to see him get to Elbaph. So if he doesn't do anything by the end, I'm gonna lose. This was supposed to be his arc. Oda was saving him in Egghead and Wano and Whole Cake and Zoe for Elbaph. Now, he hasn't done anything yet, but this Dora and Brogy development has really made me think that he will. GOAT, Scott Gaban. He's awesome. I honestly don't know how much more he'll do in the arc, but he has already done enough to be an S tier. And next up is Haruden. Some people might think that I put him way too high, but this is just potential. He hasn't done fucking anything yet, but he wants to be the king of the giants. He has a backstory with Loki. He's down there with Luffy right now. This is prime time for him to show up and do something. I think that was Phobus. The next two, I'm also gonna do together. It's Gunko and, surprisingly, the Straw Hat that I think will be the second most important, Brook. Brook and Gunko's connection is shocking, but I'm very happy that the Soul King is finally getting some light shined on him. Gunko, for now, is gone, I guess. She's been taken over by Imu, but, you know, through flashbacks and everything, I think that she really will come into her own as a character. Okay, now we're on to the top 3. In third place is Imu. Imu as Gunko, taking over Gunko's body. Obviously, this is the main villain of the arc. I really think that Imu will be knocked out of Gunko's body in the end. I don't think that she will be defeated here. I think that Imu will... It'll just be kind of a test to show that the Straw Hats are ready to fight Imu. Second place, surprise, surprise, is Loki. Loki, goes without saying, has been built up since Whole Cake Island. Has ties to Shanks. I mean, he has ties to everything. It's Loki. Number 1. I mean, come on. Can it be anybody but Luffy? I was debating putting Loki or Brook or Gunko or Imu or even Usopp as number 1, but then I was like, that's just a lie. Like, it's Luffy. I'm sorry, it's Luffy. There's no, like,